Patti LaBelle was having a cookout, but she got electrocuted. I've heard this one before.
We are constantly bathed in a vast sea of external stimuli in the form of light, sound,
and fury, signifying nothing?
odors,
Oh, God, that turned.
touch,
Youch!
and tastes.
Just a hint of strychnine.
These stimuli are converted into nerve impulses, which are carried by nerve fibers to the spinal cord and brain.
Where they are converted into goose pimples.
Light and heat, sounds,
Secret government
odors,
radio waves.
and touch stimuli would never be perceived by an individual, and he would be isolated completely from his environment.
Oh, sounds delightful. Where do I sign up?
Were it not for the sense receptors located in the head
Oh, so that's the
and
head.
in the body and limbs. In addition to external sense receptors, we have internal sense receptors as well.
I thought that was just a myth.
Thus, in the stomach, we are aware of the sensations of hot and cold. In the intestines, we are aware of pressure and of pain. Our muscles have receptors responding to stretching and tension. Without these internal sense receptors, we would have no way of getting information about the state of our inner organs.
Oh, there's always self-dissection.
Receptors for temperature, pain, touch, and pressure are found scattered all over in the body. Because of their wide distribution, they are known as the general sense receptors. Some are concentrated in the deeper skin layers,
These are called tickle zones.
others in the joints, muscles, and viscera.
Welcome to the Halloween store.
In a cross-section of the skin layers,
Oh, this again. Great.
receptors for heat are found, along with receptors for cold.
And receptors for pee-pee chills and heebie-jeebies.
The presence of heat gives rise to a nerve impulse, as does the presence of cold.
This is called the 9.5 weeks effect.
In a similar manner, objects lightly touching the outer surface of the skin will set off nerve impulses in the touch receptor, as will the touching or bending of a hair.
Quit it.
Bending the arm stimulates many pressure receptors located in the muscle tendon and in the capsule surrounding the bony joints. Thus, the brain continually receives data concerning the whereabouts of the body and limbs.
Sun's out, guns out.
We have been considering receptors for temperature, pain, pressure, and touch, receptors of a general nature. In addition to these, however, we also have a number of special sense receptors, all located in specific areas of the head.
I didn't realize how important the head is. I gotta start treating mine better.
The first special sense receptor we shall consider is balance or equilibrium. In each side of the skull, there is a set of organs of balance located in the inner ear.
I am officially depleted of inner ear material. I got nothing.
Each set consists of 3 semicircular canals filled with fluid which form loops, plus 2 sac-like swellings.
From the minds of Salvador Dali and Walt Disney comes Destino.
At one end, each canal has a small swelling, called the ampulla. Within it is a crest-shaped group of receptors, hair cells embedded in a gelatinous substance.
This is all really gross, by the way.
When we change horizontal speed or direction, the hairs are bent accordingly and originate impulses which are sent to the brain. The brain, in turn, sends messages to appropriate muscles, causing compensating body posture.
Known commonly as a spaz attack.
The sac-like portions of the pebble-like particles. When we move up, down, or sideways, these particles stimulate the hair cell receptors. Nerve impulses, thus sent to the brain, keep it informed constantly of our position in space with respect to gravity.
Oh, you gotta give respect to gravity. It's out there every day getting it done. Hats off to you, gravity.
Both types of receptors function continuously, keeping us oriented as to our position and movement.
You can turn this off when you're walking around the mall. We'll be back after these messages.
2 other special sense receptors are the so-called chemical senses of smell and taste.
Now we're talking.
Let us consider the sense of taste. Most receptors for taste are found in the mucous membranes covering the tongue, but others may be located on the palate, the pharynx, the tonsils, the floor of the mouth, and the underside of the tongue.
And yet Taco Bell hot sauce barely registers.
On the surface of the tongue, receptors for the sensation we call sour are located along the sides.
Thanks, young Albert Einstein.
Those for bitter across the back.
You gonna talk about mouthfeel?
Salty taste receptors are in the front and along the sides, while those for sweet are concentrated at the very tip of the tongue.
Just like the name of that waiter in Lake Tahoe. What was his name?
Taste buds containing special receptor cells are located in the sides of little pits in the surface and sides of the tongue. Food placed on the tongue will diffuse in the saliva to coat the taste buds and soon reach a concentration causing the origin of a nerve impulse.
In just a few moments, the subject will become cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
In reality, many of the sensations we call taste are really due to the sense of smell. High in the nasal cavity on the underside of man's cranium or brain case is a very small patch of specialized epithelium, the olfactory or smell receptor area.
The schnoz, the beak, the booger factory.
Ordinary breathing does not bring much air into close contact with this area.
For an optimal experience, try to hyperventilate at all times.
But sniffing brings large amounts of outside air into intimate association with the smell receptor cell area.
Now you can appreciate rich aromas like sulfur, mothballs, or durian fruit.
Smell receptor cells are connected to extensions of the brain coming down into the nasal cavity through tiny holes in the cranium. Molecules of odorous materials dissolve in the fluid covering the smell receptor cells, thereby setting off nerve impulses which the brain interprets as sensations of odor or smell.
Yes, yes, whomever has smelt it has dealt it. We know how it goes. Thank you so much for watching Fun with Shorts. This series is supported by Patreon and patrons like these wonderful people right here. They get early access to new episodes and exclusive episodes every month. Also, check out the updated funwithshorts.com for DVDs and merch and all the good stuff. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you next time.